Heck. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Imani and I'm so happy that you're here. It is storming so loud right now. Like as soon as I hit record, like huge crash of thunder. So yeah, there's that if you can hear it. It's just part of the ambiance. Also, let me check my lashes real quick because I've been struggling with lashes. These are like real ones, like not magnetic. I think we might be okay with these. All right, yeah, I think we're okay with lashes this time. Watch that not happen. Anyway. Today, we are going to be quickly reviewing the Melt Cosmetics She's in Parties eyeshadow palette. This palette goes for $48. I purchased it the day that it released. It came rather quickly and it is absolutely gorgeous. So first off, let me just show you the box that it came in real quick because this box is real pretty. Look at this. I don't know if this is like Baroque design. I don't know what this is, but it is absolutely beautiful. And then when you take the palette out, it's even prettier because it's like a rose gold metallic. Oh, I'm obsessed. Can you not? This is the description on the website. 4 new plums have joined the scene. Now with 8 shades, we've added a lively lilac matte to perk things up and 3 iridescent shimmers to the She's in Parties palette. She's here to make all of your goth fantasies come true. So enough of me babbling on. Ooh. The palette does, of course, come with a mirror. But here are the gorgeous shades. I do not own the She's in Parties stack. I always wanted it and it was always sold out. So I went ahead and picked this up, but I don't have a stack to compare it to. But these are gorgeous. What they do remind me of is the Lolita palette from KVD Beauty. Is that what we're calling it now? Let me grab that really quickly. Okay, I was finally able to find it. The Lolita palette versus the She's in Parties palette. I will be doing comparisons a little bit later in the video. But first off, let me go ahead and get into the swatches. Okay, so there are 8 gorgeous plummy shades in here. I'm gonna go ahead and start off with Skeleton Kiss, Strange Love, Total Immortal, and Last Caress. This is Skeleton Kiss. It comes off in the pan as this gorgeous beige, but then as you swatch it, you can see that there's a pink shift to it. Then we have Strange Love. Strange Love is a really pretty kind of lilac gray shade. Then we have Total Immortal. Ooh, jeez. And Total Immortal is a matte lavender shade. It does look a little bit more mauve in the pan, but on my skin tone, it swatches a little bit lighter. And then we have Last Caress, which is this gorgeous deep plum color. In the pan, it looks a lot warmer. On my skin tone, it definitely leans towards the ashy side, unfortunately. But those are those 4 shades. Next up, we'll swatch the other 4. We have the namesake shade She's in Parties, Sleepwalk, Mean Streak, and Lost Control. So up first, we have She's in Parties. This is a really pretty cranberry shimmer shade. Then we have Sleepwalk, which is a little bit deeper, a little bit more plum shimmer shade. Mean Streak, which is this gorgeous matte oxblood color. And then Lost Control, which is kind of like a smoky, grungy, shimmery purple. I am obsessed with Skeleton Kiss. I'm wearing it as a highlighter right now. Strange Love is gorgeous. Mean Streak is everything. I love this one. Total Immortal is a really nice shade too. They all worked really well together. They all blended really well. I didn't have a lot of fallout on my face. I had barely any, although there was a little bit of kick up in the pan, but it wasn't bad, and it was mainly with the matte shades. So let's go ahead and get into comparison swatches. So this shade here, oh Lord, I can't read upside down. This shade right here, Total Immortal, does look rather similar to these two shades, which are Promesa and Besitos. So I'm going to swatch both of these along with this shade. This is Promesa. This is Besitos. And then from the Milk Cosmetics palette, this is Total Immortal. So it does look like a hybrid between these two shades, but it is not a dupe. Up next, I'm going to swatch Recuerdos, which is this shade, next to Last Caress. This is Recuerdos from the Lolita palette, and this is Last Caress. As you can see, they look the same in the pan, but Last Caress is a little bit more gray. It's a little bit lighter versus Recuerdos, which is a little bit more pink. I kind of wish that they were swapped and Recuerdos was in the She's in Parties palette. That's just personal preference. And finally, the last two shades I'm going to swatch, they don't look similar, but I do want to swatch them next to each other, is Eterno, which is in this palette, the Lolita palette, and then the darkest shade in this palette, which is Mean Streak. So this is Eterno, and this is Mean Streak. So they are definitely totally different. Eterno is deeper, it's a little bit smokier, it's got probably a little bit more black in it, and then Mean Streak is just gorgeous ox blood color. I did also add Corazon, which is the next deepest shade in the Lolita palette. It's this one right here, just to see if they were similar at all, but they are not really similar at all. So those are comparison swatches between those two palettes. I will say, while they are very similar, the color story is almost exactly the same. There aren't necessarily any dupes. Besides, the Lolita palette was all matte, and at least with the She's in Parties, palette, you have some shimmers in there as well. So I did do this look. I went ahead and recorded it, so I'll insert that clip now, and then I'll come back with my final thoughts.
People acting. 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 People acting.
Okay, so I am back with my final thoughts on this palette right here. Let's start with the cons. I do feel that with this color story, it's a little more difficult to make unique looks just because the shades are quite similar to each other. My other thought is that the She's in Parties shade is just so red compared to the cooler purples in this palette that it makes it difficult to use it. I did try to use it in this look, but it just looked almost straight up red on my eyes compared to the other shades that are these beautiful, cool purples. I do feel like Mean Streak goes really well with it, but it was just really hard for me to pair that shade with the rest of the look. It even looking at the palette right now, it kind of stands out. And then my final thought is I do wish that there was a deeper shade in this palette besides Mean Streak. Mean Streak is beautiful. However, I really like the Eternal shade in this one because of how dark it is, that you could use it as a crease shade, as a liner, just to add even more depth to the look. I felt like that is missing in this palette. On to the pros. The packaging is it's stunning. Melt always does a really good job with their packaging. The shades are gorgeous. Since I didn't have the stack already, I do think that this is a nice addition to my collection. I will say if you have the stack, I think you got the essential shades. You don't need to pick up this palette. You already got the stars of the show. This is just extra. You might already have these shades in your collection as well. They are good shades. It is definitely a good palette. I prefer this one way more than the Millennial Pink one, and even more than the 420 palette. I think this is better than both of those combined. Those kind of sucked in my opinion. So do you need to pick it up? I would say only if you don't have the She's in Party stack already and you really like cool tone purples. If both of those are a no to you, then you do not need to pick up this palette. So that is all of my thoughts. I hope that you enjoyed this look. Please let me know your thoughts down below. Please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. I see that there's a lot of new subscribers there. Hey y'all. Thank you for subscribing. I'm so happy to bring more content to you guys, and I love talking with you guys down in the comments below. I hope that you are staying safe. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you in the next one. Bye.